this is my account. I have gained over 140 million likes on TikTok, and similar to YouTube, or also I've also done Instagram. I wasn't as serious on Instagram, but I basically made TikTok solo for like 4 years with very minimal equipment, just whatever I could use. And in my prime, I was able to get like average like 1 to 3 million views a video, and was able to build a super cool community and have a lot of fun in the process. And basically, I just wanted to make this video for anyone who also possibly might want to be a creator and just make entertaining videos for people, or someone who just wants to learn about TikTok. But yeah, just real quick, I'll go over my story and then give over. I made this, which is basically everything I learned in the last like 4 years of my posting. And 140 million likes later, I have summarized it all. And if you don't want to watch this full video, I'm just going to post this in the description and you can have it. I wanted to give this stuff away for free for so long because I've learned it all, and now I'm trying to go towards YouTube. That's my next goal. So hope I can see you guys on that journey. But yeah, I'm going to give this out for free and hope this can help you guys. And if you want a summarized version and you don't want to watch this entire video and want to actually make it as a creator, just post consistently for 3 to 6 months, like once a day. And if you actually consistently do that, I guarantee you will see results, as long as you are trying to actually make good videos. If you just post some slop every single day, don't mention it. But if you're trying to make a good video every single day, you look at your last video, if it doesn't work, okay, let's try something different. You will see results in 3 to 6 months, and you'll gain some confidence as well. Anyways, sweet. All right, we're here. Nice. Okay. I don't even know how to start this video. I'm just going to say my story because I think I'm a good example of anyone who wants to be a creator in life, that you can do it. And you hear this from a lot of people, but this is just my side of things, because I was someone who believed almost everything to do whatever you wanted to do in life was like luck. Chasing your dream didn't make sense. It wasn't realistic. My dream was to be a Twitch streamer, and that was like too good to be true. Everything I did was too good to be true. I assumed TikTok was luck. Everything was luck. And that was kind of my mindset. I wanted to be a creator, but I was just like, but the reality is it's not really possible. That was my mindset, and I think that's a very common mindset. Anyways, I decided to go after being a Twitch streamer one day. I was like, okay, I'm just going to pretend Twitch streaming is like my full-time job and go after being a creator full-time. And because of that, I started doing TikToks, because that's what the advice was from most Twitch streamers. And so I did TikToks over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, as like basically if I fail, like I was taking it serious, like it would be my full-time job. And it ended up getting results over time and compounding to where I am now. But besides that, I see a bunch of videos. I've always wanted to rant about this, where it's like a Twitch streamer and a thumbnail saying Twitch streaming is impossible. YouTube is impossible. Becoming a TikToker is impossible. I'm just going to start this video off by saying that is all BS. It is 10 billion% possible to do whatever you want to do. They're basically saying, if you see anyone saying it's impossible, or saying to you it's impossible, I can just take away that mindset immediately, because if they're basically saying it is physically impossible for anyone to come up and be a creator, that is just objectively not true. No matter how you feel in your brain, that is just a fact. It is not impossible. And so that can just erase all that doubt. I mean, of course there's going to be doubt, but like, anyways, when I was first posting, I was not confident at all. I had no anything. I also, I'm a creator who, I'm by myself. I don't have very high quality equipment, and I'm basically just a one-man team that wants to be an entertainer. Or I'm just a one-man team who wanted to be a creator and don't have much else. And that's kind of who I am, and I'm trying to be a lot bigger, but I was able to actually make something happen with just that alone. Even making this video is kind of a dream come true. I've always wanted to be like lecturing, be like, this is how I made it, and blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm nothing crazy, but I've been able to technically make it to a point where TikTok could be a full-time job. And I think that would be super cool for people who want to do TikTok or just other things. But I would say, to start things off, if you are this video, I just want to help people actually go for it. And to start things off, I think the number one thing I will say that changed my life in terms of content creation was making the decision to actually take it serious. That is the number one rule. We're going to start it off now. If you want to actually do content, think about it. If you don't want to regret what you want to do in life, and you actually just want to be a creator, take it serious. Like, it is your number one priority. And you're like, well, you have a job, you have school. I started off with a job and school. And I also had a girlfriend. So I only had like 15 minutes to an hour a day, sometimes 0 minutes a day. But I still, in my mind, it was like, I'm going to be a creator. And if I fail, I'm just going to have to get a different job. And I was pretty confident I was just going to have to get a different job because it didn't seem possible to be a creator, right? So it wasn't clear. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I don't think, I still, technically, it's like, I'm still trying to figure that out midday. I don't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I just knew I wanted to do something like Twitch streaming, YouTube, all that crap is super fun. So TikTok. Anyways, side point on that. If you're wanting to stream, I would stream. If you're wanting to do TikTok, I would do TikTok. This is just my experience. I was trying to be a streamer and ended up doing TikTok, and that community does not transfer to streams very easily. Unless you are like, I know Tony, sorry, I say your last name wrong, is really good at that. If you're like a relatable, maybe skit style, you can do streams, but like if you're trying to be a streamer, I would just stream and get good at streams and figure out how to just promote streams. I took the advice to make a separate account. I think YouTube is a different story because YouTube, that connection's a little more personal. But like if you're trying to be a streamer, I would just stream and figure out how to make it. Like for me, if you're just trying to make a separate account to just stream, it's going to be a lot harder to bring that audience over. But if that's your dream, you can make it work. So anyways, side point, I made that. I ended up liking TikToks better than streaming. That's why I ended up changing my goal to do TikTok. Because I loved it. I was like grateful enough that I was actually able to build a community, and so I just kept at it. Anyways, where was I? Step one, yeah, take it serious. I would just like, bro, if you want to get above any of your friends in like competition, think about it. Just think about it. Like I was like trying to be a real estate agent, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do in life, but I know for sure I'd rather be a creator than a real estate agent. If you have that semi-direction, I would just pick that career, like, because I had a choice of like college, real estate, or try and be a creator. Even if you're doing any of those things right now, you can still prioritize one or the other. So whenever I prioritized it, I just worked on it every single day. And my videos, I was using an old iPad from my mom and a broken tripod in my room. And why is my camera so cooked, guys? Holy smokes. And so, yeah, if you look over here, it's still, even to this day, I mean, this is on my popular, it's all just me. It's never been anyone else because I've been doing it solo. I wish I could have other people, but a lot of us might not have that luxury of being able to film with friends. That's kind of where I'm at. And so, with that being said, you don't need it. This is going to be more for TikTok, but I started off with that rant that you can do anything, and I feel like that is true. So please go after what you want, and this is going to be my TikTok lecture of the day, and I hope this could help you guys. Man, this would be so cool if someone's watching this and wants to take this serious. If this can help one of you guys, I know you're in there. Man, I'm right now I'm a student for YouTube, but if you're a student and wanting to do TikTok and prove to yourself you can do it, you definitely can, and I want you to do it. So with that being said, we're going to go here. I have my credibility. I'm just going to go through these points real quick and try and just give you guys all of the sauce I absolutely can. Maybe I'll make another one of these. I don't know yet. But yeah, okay. So first off, if you want to make TikTok a career, you can. You'll make enough money if you make good enough videos. It took a really long time, but I was able to make like 5,000 from a single video that was not sponsored. That was from watch time. That is a really hard task to do though, so keep in mind that might take years of compounding. But like if you want to make TikTok and you only want to do TikTok, you can make that a career. And like I said, you don't need the equipment to do it. You just have to have the ability to post and keep posting and just keep trying to make better videos. If you do that and be consistent, you're going to start making good videos no matter what. These are in a really bad order, to be honest, but I'm just going to go kind of off my head and also use the stats. I will say right now, like in my head, what I would do is pick a niche and just try and be the best in your niche, and you can expand in the future. Like if you want to be a relatable content creator, make relatable content. For me, I picked a really sub niche, which was Attack on Titan. Because I loved it. I picked something I enjoyed and I made something that I enjoyed because I didn't even think it was possible. So the smaller niche you pick, the easier it's going to be to grow, but it also is going to be harder to expand in the future. At least for me, it has been, because it's staying true to the audience. Anyways, you can pick any niche, but yeah, try and have a niche. Will save you time. On top of that, like if I was gonna give you a quick summary of like how to grow quick, like if you want to grow quickly and just like, I'm trying to save you steps because I did all the hard stuff first. Basically, like what I do to make TikToks is I go into Google Docs and I will write out just ideas and just write down basically like the hook idea and whatever idea I have. And you're like, what videos do you make? Well, try and make videos that excite you is what I would say, like that you think will do good, and just keep trying stuff like that. And that's kind of my advice for what type of videos to make. I made relatable videos, so then it was just like, okay, what relatable videos are doing good? And to save you time, I would save creators that are in the top of your niche and try and study what's working on TikTok and just kind of like soak in a bunch of stuff, try and make more of what's working, do less of what's not working, and just keep repeating that cycle. And that's basically just what content creation is in terms of like the simplest form. You post stuff, if it works, you do more styles of it. And of course, people notice when you are creative, people notice when you're novel. You're not gonna win if you copy and paste everyone's content. That was one of my favorite things. If you wanna do this job, you gotta use your own accord, and that's super exciting. And it's like, well, if it doesn't work, I mean, you just like iterate it in your own way. Basically, you're just trying to take what works, anything you see from the audience, you know it works, and you're just gonna put it and make it in your own way. And it's really exciting when you can do that. Anyways, side tangent. We're gonna go back. What I've noticed with TikTok is good TikToks usually do good on all platforms. So like if I was gonna do TikTok again, I would just focus on one platform and get the analytics from there, like TikTok. I think TikTok probably like makes less money than YouTube Shorts, but again, I wasn't even doing it for the money. If you're someone who just wants, like, this is your dream job, you're gonna have an advantage over other people who just want money because you can do it without money, right? Even if you want to do this for money, you can still make this work. I'm not saying that's like a demotivator. It's definitely a motivator because I think once you get good, it will become something you care for. So don't let that discourage you. But anyways, one of the rules I have is don't wait to post unless there's a clear reason. The audience will usually forget an idea in about a month. I could probably scroll through this and show you what I mean by this is I have multiple ideas that I just did months later. And they did actually better because I improved over time, and the audience basically just forgets. They like reminders. I'm trying to find one for you guys. Let's see. Okay, no, that's like we're at the top limit, but I mean that's 8 million. Oh no, that's right. Look, these two are the same idea. It's the same video, just this one's improved, and you can even see it in the thumbnail. It's improved, looks better, and the hook's better. Anyways, next off we have. Let's see here. Yeah, I would always try and save music or edits you like. It will save you a lot of time. It's an OP strategy because, I mean, if you have to like scroll and find music, you're going to get distracted. So try and skip that. Yeah, and if you want to save time, if you're a new creator, if something starts working, try and do more of it in different ways, or maybe even like the same ways. That's basically all it comes down to. And it took me like months to figure. I had a video do good, and then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do a bunch more. You know what I mean? No, like do more, but also do more of the same. You want to like mix that together. It's very similar to YouTube as well. Like you don't want to be stale, so you don't want to just spam the same idea over in the same like style, but you want to do new stuff and then do more of what's working. Some people will just do one or the other. I would do both. More of what's working and just new stuff in general. And if you're unsure if what you made is good enough, just post it. As long as it doesn't go against like your morals and what you stand for, I would just post it and learn from it. Also, if you want to beat every other creator like fast, because a lot of people take TikTok less serious, and this makes me a little salty. I'm not gonna lie, because I have always taken TikTok very serious, and it's hard to find other people who do that. A lot of people do it on the side, and that's okay. Like that's normal. But like for someone who wants to take it serious, I say this as like, if you just do a small analysis, like this is the key to really make better videos, is you look at your videos that do good and bad, and you just note things that you think are the reasons it did good and bad. So if something does bad, you're like, oh, the caption is to the left more or whatever. The caption is a lot smaller than these other videos that are doing good. It's not, you don't have to be an expert at all, and that's what makes it fun. Just do what you think is right. right? Like, because that's what I was doing. I was always in the mindset when I was analyzing, like, man, bro, I probably look so. I'm just writing down the most random stuff that I think is okay. It actually helps. It keeps you in touch with what's working and what's not. So, like, even if you do 10 minutes of analysis a week, I was so inconsistent with this. Most of the time, what I would do at my peak of making videos is I would make videos. The next day before I make the next videos, I would look over them, see what did good and bad, note them, and then like that noting process of noting what's good and bad and then going to the next is just like the extra step. And having a time to just go over, write down your video and just put like four notes of why it did good or bad. If you do that for like 10 videos a week, it takes like 10 minutes and it gives you so much advantage. It's so overpowered. But I think if you're just if you're wanting to actually grow, you're just going to do this naturally, right? But this will save you time if you really do want to grow already. Best way, I mean, doing analysis is just, even on TikToks, is so overpowered. If something is not working, do not repeat it in the exact same way. There's many things you can change, like you can change the idea, the style. Just don't ever repeat the same thing. It's just like it will waste your own time. So try not to repeat something that doesn't work. I like to make a rule of don't scroll while scripting. I have this because I'm scarred from it. Is like when I'm really in the zone and I'm like, I'm just gonna check for some inspiration, and then I doom scroll. So it screws up my whole day. Yeah, that's pretty tough. And then when you post on all platforms. I was always like, I don't want to be greedy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be greedy. I wasn't even taking money from TikTok for 2 years because I was too grateful that I had an audience. I didn't want to take money for it. I think you got to be grateful, and you gotta, I mean, I honestly don't regret it because I don't really care. I probably should actually, but I care about my audience, not the money as much. But yeah, if you have the chance to get money, it will not nerf your videos, so it's just kind of a bonus. And I think your audience, think about this, your audience probably wants you to get paid if you are able to get paid just from making videos. Your audience will most likely want you to get paid. If they don't, they'll let you know because they'll probably be like, oh, this guy's making ads or whatever. You don't have to make ads. You can get paid from TikToks, like I said. So yeah, when you post on all platforms, literally just Instagram, YouTube, whatever, I would copy and paste your description on whatever platform you post and just do it on every single one. Make it super easy and quick. I probably could have gained like an extra 100,000 or plus followers on Instagram just from doing this, and I didn't do that. So this is something I didn't do that you guys can one up me on, is post on every platform immediately. Just Instagram, YouTube, and Shorts. And yeah, getting paid doesn't change view count at all. Anyways, next off we have like basically your goal as a creator is to just like make videos that people enjoy and love. So sometimes you'll get a lot of views on a video, but you'll notice like the engagement kind of sucks. You can do more of those videos, but like, is that really like the good thing to do? And I would argue it's probably not. Like I like to do right here is if a video has a lot of engagement, like you can clearly see there's a lot of shares, more likes than usual, more saves than usual. It usually means people actually enjoy that video. And so I would try and do more stuff like that because that actually shows people actually cared for it. You know what I mean? So that's a really good indicator, especially say if you have a video that doesn't have a lot of views but has a lot of engagement. Maybe the just way you presented it was not good, but the idea itself people really enjoyed. And usually that means you can just try it in a different way and do more of it. You know what I mean? Next off is knowing your audience is OP. Just means like, imagine you're part of your audience. Then when you make a video, you can kind of just tell if it's good or bad because you're watching it from the point of view for your audience. So you got to stay in touch. I would respond to comments a lot and be grateful for your audience. And, you know, watching TikTok sucks, but it is also kind of mandatory to stay up to date. Sometimes, you know, setting times to do that is a good idea. And like I can go on a huge rant about this, but responding to comments is just so over, like you get to build good rapport to your audience. You boost your video a little because people come back onto the video. You get in touch with your audience. A lot of the times, the best ideas you can get are from top comments because top comments prove that this idea is already something people enjoy. And so it's like already, you know what I'm saying? It's already saucy. To post more. Basically, to grow, all you have to do is post more at the same or higher quality. Like, that's the simple formula. So once you learn how to make quality videos, like videos that are good enough that you're proud of, that you want to post, then you just do more of them. And how do you make quality videos? It's very simple. You just post quantity. As many videos that you think will do good. You don't overthink it. If you don't know if it's going to do good or bad, just keep posting. Audience feedback. Feedback is the answer. So the formula I used to use is just quantity negates luck. Volume negates luck is the actual one. Volume negates luck. So if you want to actually win and make good videos and you have no idea how to, just make a lot of videos. Don't just be like, at least try and make them like you think they'll do good, but you're not totally sure. If you know a video will not do good, do not post it. If you know for 1,000,000,000% sure, like, okay, this is not going to make it. But if there's any question, just post, especially when you're starting off. If you want to grow fast, it's not about how long it takes. It's about how many posts you get out. If you and someone else are posting for a month, they post 3 posts and you post 30, and y'all both are in a month span of pursuing TikTok, the bro who did 30 TikToks is 27 amounts of feedback loops ahead of the other guy. So if you want to grow fast, quality negates luck. You can just post more, you'll get more feedback. If videos don't do good, they don't do good. If videos don't do good, that's your fault. That's just how I like to look at it, because if you don't look at it that way, then you're just gonna throw it up to the algorithm, and everyone can do that, but like the person who's gonna win is gonna take accountability most of the time. So anyways, aligning yourself before you script. This is something I would do. Like, whenever I make videos, I make a script, right? I just usually go into Google Docs and I just put bullet points, and I'm like, I'm going to make 10 ideas. That's what I used to do. And if you're just starting off, that's fine. Like, I'm just going to make 20 ideas that I think will, cook. A good idea is to set time limits on that, because near my later times of videos, sometimes scripting can take forever and you're never going to make perfect scripts. So just set a time limit. I usually was like 1 to 2 hours, because I was very serious and I loved scripting. It was just something I learned to love because it was enjoyable to me. If it's not enjoyable, you can make it shorter, just as long as you get enough posts out. But setting time limits is very important if you don't want to waste your time. Anyways, we have tactics to find what your audience loves. Something I realized later on is the best way to see what is valuable to your audience is to see what the audience themselves shows as valuable. And over time, you're just going to start feeling it and learning it. But the way you do that is through things where you can see where things are most valuable. So Quora, Reddit, comments on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Ranker. I use Ranker as my favorite because you get an absolute ranking of stuff. Audience feedback is the number one source of information, because it is literally your audience saying what they enjoy. Your goal is to figure out what's the most valuable and make the most valuable videos. So that's the information you want to take from most of the time, is just stuff that people find valuable. And then if you're using TikTok, I used to do, like, I would just filter top liked and then time frame for the last month. That's how I would find relevant videos in my niche. And sometimes I would just do top liked all time, because a lot of old videos still have good value you can take and get inspiration from. So you can do that as well. And then we're just going to go down to how I would ideate my videos. This is more intricate. I think, like, if you're just starting off, your goal should just be posting and like making videos that you think will do good. And the way you do that is by seeing what's doing well and trying to make your own versions of it. What I just said is all you need. These other tactics can come in later, but I see so many videos of people telling you how to make TikToks that I'm just like, I promise you everything I'm saying here will work. I'm sure other stuff will work as well, but there's a lot of junk that people tell you to do TikToks when it really just comes down to it's not, I don't know. If you see stuff that, I don't even want to get into that. It's going to be too much, but yeah, next, we have top video branching. Okay, these are my strategies for branching banger videos. Number one, whenever you get really good, this is what I used to do, is I would just, I barely had to use any of this. I would just look what videos did good and bad, and then just try and branch more off of them off my own head. or like list things out that are valuable and turn them into videos. It gets much easier over time. It just takes a long time to get to that point. But in the beginning, you can do things like top video branching, which is like branching videos off the top working videos in your niche or just in general. Again, make sure the videos that you want to film and you think are like, fits your vibes. And if you get burnt out by making videos, try and adjust and make videos that just excite you more. The thing about TikTok is super good because you can make really, really high viewed videos in a very short period of time. Some of my best videos ever took 5 to 10 minutes to make, and that gives you a very dangerous dopamine loop in terms of like what type of videos you want to make versus YouTube. And so, yeah, just figure out your own sauce, you know what I mean? And then I would branch off formats. So like, this is kind of hard to explain. They're very similar, but, if someone's doing a ranking, I would say the way they do the ranking, some people can do a ranking like this where they're talking to the camera. Other people's can do it like me where I'm dancing in front of the camera with numbers on the screen. Those are the format. That's what I call the format. It's just the way the idea is presented, okay? And so you can just, like, if you want to, you can just make different formats of the same idea. Like, if I'm doing a ranking, like I said, there's different versions. You can just figure out which one you enjoy more. Over time, the audience, once you get good enough, the audience will like it too. And then we have underrate. Okay, I don't even know what I wrote here. Oh, yeah, underrated value branching. Like, when you see a post with crazy engagement but low views, that was something I would use to try and make good videos. It can be on your account or other people's account. Make sure you always give credit. It's a win-win if you do that. You can always think off the top of your head. I used to love listening to popular, like, trending songs. Maybe ideas can come to your head that way. There's trend jacking, which is a YouTube term, which is basically turning a trend into its own video. Like, I did that multiple times. There was like a trend going on, and I just used the same style of video for my video, because when you look at it, if a trend is going viral, it means the way it's presented works. The audience likes that way of being presented. Then you can just take that. Okay, it works. Let's do it in my own way. That's basically it. And then, like I said, 1 month plus old videos that worked really well, you can make into a new format, but you want to just pay attention to your audience. If you keep redoing the same ideas, you can tell. You can tell when an audience really loves an idea and really hates one. If you're just starting, you won't tell, so just post. But over time, try and post videos your audience loves, because that's just going to be better in the long term. You're going to start falling off if you don't iterate. Like, you're going to have to make videos and then make new versions, new formats on top of those videos. If you don't make new stuff over time, you're not going to make it work. And one of those core moments in my TikTok making career is whenever I made viral videos and I was like, how am I going to make something more viral than this? I was like, the only thing I did, I still don't, like, there's no specific strategy. You just have to be able to push through that and believe you can. Like, for me, I was just like, all right, I'm going to make better videos. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we're going to figure it out. I got to make better videos. Like, every time my views were dropping, I would just believe and just keep posting. You got to just keep posting, and I promise you it will work out. Just do not stop. I'm just trying to figure out things that will really help you guys. I mean, you can read this on your own. I'm just going to skip over some points. OP perspective changes. This is a Ryan Trahan tactic, but it works for shorts, is looking at videos as gifts to people. It makes it more enjoyable. You're just trying to give something entertaining to people. You should never expect anything in return. Every video, if it does low views, it's like being pissed off if you gave someone a terrible gift that they hate. It's like, how can you be mad about that? It is your fault if the video is bad. You got to make a gift that's worth being grateful for to someone, right? Like, that's the goal. And when you do that, it relieves a lot of stress as well. Most important core principles. Okay, yeah. Like, again, like, these are the things that really matter fundamentally, is consistency, using your own accord, and just trying to get better over time. Those are like really all that matter. And like, I would try and post every day. Like, if you're trying to make videos like I did that are relatable, think about how long it takes. You want to make videos better than other people, so you got to figure out how you can make it better. For me, a lot of the time it was the caption. I was combining formats together. I ended up making a format where I was in front of a TV, making a better caption, and doing reactions. You got to figure out, you're competing against everyone, which sounds like a lot, but like, a lot of people just don't put in effort. So if you can just find a way to put in more effort in your videos, you can be confident in your own ability to do that, you will find results over time. How to make banger captions. So captions in videos are probably like the most important. They're like the hook of the video. What I used to do is like you look at what's working in your niche. Over time, if you do it yourself, you can just learn from yourself if you post a lot of videos. And again, these are kind of common things, but like extreme polls usually have more value. So like strongest, best, most. The only thing is, if you are not credible to your captions, you will have no trust. And if you have no trust, people will skip your video. If you're someone that always says, this is the best moment of all time, this is the best moment of all time, this is the funniest thing of all time, but it's not, 3 of those videos, now no one can trust when something's the funniest of all time. It's better to be truthful than to be falsely truthful and exaggerate for no reason. If people can't, like, it's okay to stretch it sometimes. If you say it's like the strongest plot twist and it's arguably one of the strongest plot twists, you can say that. But for me, my best videos, a lot of them, I say one of the coldest moments, seeing one of the coldest death stares, etc. It's more credible, it's truthful, and that might change over time. That might be like a super small thing I'm mentioning, but I just wanted to say that. Be credible, be truthful. People like realness. I also did stuff with business. I'm not going to go over it during this video, but I thought this would be super cool and awesome. I don't know if these questions are the ones people are looking for, but I hope. Why do I look like that? Oh my heavens. Give me like approximately 1 second. We're going to reconnect. Bink, bink. Ooh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I was all over the place during this video, but I really hope it can help. I'm just going to go over any final summaries I can think of. I mean, this doc really has everything I could possibly summarize that I learned. But again, I think it's fundamentally... Yeah, I just want anyone who wants to do this to go try it. You can make it work no matter what. I was the most person who believed that it was impossible, but still, the only thing I did was just keep trying anyways, even though I thought in my brain it was like impossible. I just kept posting and trying to make it better. And man, I really just hope these can help you guys get a step ahead of anyone, and especially if you want to do this. I really hope this can help, and I hope that you guys can have an incredible day. And I'll be posting on my main channel. I'm going to give myself a plug. Yeah. Yeah, that was lame. All right. Love you guys. So, hope this helps. Peace. Yo, I'm on my phone. I'm rewatching in my edit. I just wanted to mention one last thing. A very quick tip is you want to prioritize what's working and what the audience actually enjoys. So like, effort does not mean good video. You have to figure out what the audience actually enjoys, and you can do that by seeing likes, what videos are doing really well. So if a video is doing really well and it's relatable, you can see that concept works, or like people enjoy that humor. But you can't expect something with a ton of effort to do good, because effort does not mean it's what the audience wants. You have to figure out what the audience wants and makes posts according. What's good is on TikTok, a lot of the times what the audience wants is a lot of things that take a lot of less effort. Like, at least in my niche, sometimes it will be more. For example, like editing content might take more effort. But again, it still comes down to the idea of what the audience actually wants. I think you'll understand this if you actually try and do TikTok more, but try and keep that in mind. It's not about effort. It's about focusing on what the audience actually enjoys. And if you do that, then it will be a lot more clear in your head of what to make, because you're not trying to make videos not only that you think are good, but you're trying to make things that the audience thinks are good. And again, I'm just trying to reiterate this many times because I made this mistake a lot. It's just, the audience is king. You're making videos for the audience. If you're doing that and you're making videos for the audience, you notice what the audience enjoys. If you go on TikTok and look at what the audience actually likes, it's not oftentimes, it's a lot of overproduced, over-effortful videos, right? It's usually very casual, relatable skits, stuff like that and so that's what you should probably try and tend towards, of course, in your own way, but know that that's what the audience cares for, and then add your own spin on top. Not saying effort doesn't work. You can find formats that work with effort, but just keep in mind, it does not have to be effortful, and you should not expect good views if you put a lot of effort. That is just not how the equation works. It's what the audience actually wants. Peace.